What's up, guys? Back in the series at Sabrina Change, which Season 3, Episode 11, Christmas Amnesia. Okay, another Christmas episode. Yeah, another Christmas episode. Last time we had Sabrina Claus. This time we have Christmas Amnesia. Let's watch it. Actually, let's review it, not watch it. But anyway, this episode starts off with Sabrina unable to, making untangle all of these, decorate all the decorations. So she decides to, use magic. And basically, Sabrina's kind of like the Scrooge of this episode because she, for some reason, is mad at Christmas. And yeah, so and Hilda and Zelda try their everything. Montage time, because of course, even with jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells rock, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells ring. We're in the winter wonder. It's my time for the fun and let that away. And living in a one-horse sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bell rock, jingle bell ring. Sorry. That was the song playing throughout the entire episode, throughout the entire montage sequence. So yeah, so Sabrina gets, got sent to a party, gets invited to a party, gets into a party. Hilda and Zelda are they go out caroling. Sabrina is asked for this party, but they're like, hey, we're gonna go caroling. So they end up going to caroling to the house that Sabrina's party is going at. So, and Sabrina kind of makes a joke about plastic surgery because she thinks she's gonna be embarrassed by having her aunt at the same party that she wanted to go to, but she gets invited to this other party at the other realm. So she goes there, and Hilda and Zelda are she's not even gonna say, goodbye to them. And basically the bouncer's like, no, you can't come in. But the guy's like, yeah, let her in. And the guy just jumps out a window. And then Serena's having a fun time until the guy who let her in is like, hey, let's make fun of some mortals. And then when Hilda and Zelda come, Sabrina turns it off, but accidentally hits the erase button. And then when the guy comes back, the guy says, you had one job to keep Sabrina out. But dude, you let her in, or you yell at the bouncer, and then the bouncer does the exact same thing and jumps out the window again. Yeah, that guy's the worst. Not the bouncer, the guy who let her in, because he blames the bouncer. The bouncer's just doing his job until you said, hey, let her in, and then when she gets mad at you for yelling at her, for making fun of her aunt and storming out, you blame the bouncer. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, Sabrina goes back home and she finds there's no decorations. And when she asks them about Christmas, they're like, "What's Christmas?" And they're like, "Is this some sort of slang? Like Christmas? Is this some sort of slang going on?" And Sam the cat, he's the only one that knows about Christmas because he's unaffected by her spell. And he's like, I used the remote, but he's like, did you use the erase button? And she's like, you kinda did. And she looks at the globe, and no one is celebrating Christmas because Sabrina caused a spell where no one in the entire world remembers Christmas. Mind blown. Yeah. So basically, Sabrina's trying to, do Christmas stuff, but since no one remembers Christmas, Mr. Quick is angry, so Zelda and Hilda are, don't remember Christmas, and Harvey and Valerie, are just, don't know what to do. And Sabrina tries to do a Christmas carol, and she gets suspended. Mrs. Quick is like, Sabrina, you're gonna get suspended and you also need help, so So Sabrina realizes. So yeah. So yeah. So basically, so so yeah. So basically, Sabrina realizes that you know that it doesn't matter. Yeah. That she goes to Father Christmas and he's basically kind of glad that Sabrina did this because he's kind of like, yeah, I get to spend time with my kids, all of them. And basically, what he said makes Sabrina realize that you don't that Christmas isn't about presents, it's about spending time with your family, and that just magically induces the spell, turns everything back normal, and makes everyone in the entire world remember Christmas. And and once she does it, Sabrina like changes clothes from the pink dress she had on to this red with a hood, like it's kind of like she did it. She learned the lesson, but she also changed clothes. And they're like, Sabrina, you're back. So if she's back, does that mean Sabrina was in an alternate reality this entire episode? Because they're like, you're back. So that means Sabrina must have that no one remembered Christmas was an alternate reality that Sabrina broke when she realized the like like the true meaning of Christmas. She broke the alternate reality because they're like, you're back. So basically, she was in an alternate reality, and basically everything's back normal. She spends time with her family, her friends, and Harvey. And yeah, so basically, this episode was a really great one. I really enjoyed this one. That bouncer didn't deserve what he got by getting yelled at. That guy who yelled at him was awful for for letting her in. And when she left, he blamed the guy who first didn't want her in. And so this whole episode, Sabrina was in real reality, but then it kind of felt like she was in an alternate reality when she undid the spell. They were like, "Hey, you're back." So she was in an alternate reality the entire time. This episode was so good, but Sabrina was in an alternate reality the entire time. Figured that out. So yeah, so like, comment, glad she's back in the real world. So like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, evening, and I'll see you next Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, for episode 12. Boom. Magic. Christmas. Just how I did that Christmas Day.